Hey, what's up? It's DJ. Today on Farm Sim News, we've got some new fact sheets from the next ad pack, a bunch of returning mods from Blacksheep Modding, and Squigglze has a car trailer. If you like staying updated with all the latest news of Farm Sim, make sure you subscribe. Let's go. Let's start off with some fact sheets from the next ad pack. The first one is of the Seed Hopper tank as well as the Vaderstead Tempo NX27 planter. As for the Nexat Seed Hopper tank, it'll hold 20,500 liters and it will hold seeds and solid fertilizer. As for the planter, it's got a 13.5 meter working width and 11 miles per hour. And your second sheet is of the Vaderstead Inspire NX Seeder and the Vaderstead Carrier NX Disc Harrow. We don't know a lot about this yet, but it looks like both of them are attached together in some way with the seeder unit on the very top. So seeds and fertilizer going down with a disc harrow and a seeder? Well, this to me is screaming direct drill. The seeder's got a 13.5 meter working width at 9 miles per hour, and it will do all of your standard seeded crops. And the disc harrow has got a 14 meter working width at 10 miles an hour. So maybe using these together isn't the best idea. You're going to be overlapping. The Nexat DLC will be here for all platforms on Tuesday, March the 11th. Only about a week and a half away. If you'd like to grab your copy, I do have a link down in the description. You get 10% off right now on the pre-order of the Nexat pack using that link. That is PC and Mac only, so if you guys are on console, make sure you check out your respective game stores. Now let's move over to modern news, and we start with Taylor Farms. After the release of Silver Run Forest earlier this week, it looks like they have taken the roller coaster from that and added it to their Michigan Farms map. They say now on the map, they've got Michigan's Adventure. Oh, you got an amusement park on a map in Farm Sim. That's great. They do say with at least these screenshots that you guys are seeing, the location is not finalized. They just wanted to get it onto the map and start working on it to make sure everything works. And they found success because the Michigan map now has the roller coaster in the spot that it's going to be, as well as the pirate ship, which we talked about a few weeks ago. They do say that they're testing it right now, working on it. They say no errors or issues have been found. Their work here is done. You can see through all these screenshots the progress being made as you deliver things to rebuild it. So yes, that feature will be present as well. This is so cool. I'm so excited. We've also got some big news from Blacksheep Modding and the return of a lot of their mods. Let's start off with the TREX or TREX 600. This mod, in one way or another, has been a massive part of the way a lot of people play Farming Simulator since Farm Sim 17, where it was the Rayboard Xylor, which was like my number 1 or number 2 favorite mod in the game back then because I did a whole thing with Spectacle Island. Nonetheless, it was then added into Farming Simulator 19 as the TREX, and the world was never quite the same after that. We had it in 22, and now it is coming back for Farm Sim 25 in the TREX or T-Rex form. Secondly, we have the MF 711 or the Massey Ferguson 711. This skid steer has been around since Farm Sim 19, if I remember correctly. I don't think it was in 17, and it's got a ton of different attachments, as you can see, with many different versions of the skid steer itself. Multiple buckets, we've got different attachments for pallet forks and bells and things like that, and even across the front, setups for weights. This has been another fan favorite. I don't know how Blacksheep Modding does it. They're just fan favorites of a lot of stuff. Well, we got more to talk about too. What about the JD90? The John Deere 90 skid steer is also making its return in multiple different colors, multiple different configurations, forgot the word, and things like that. And the last one we've got screenshots of today is the Joskin 3 Point. This was kind of the beginning of those multi-attachments where you could put different things, and now people are even putting animals in these. It's wild. There is a little bit more information though, as they say that the new map that they're working on has also made great progress, but there's still some work to be done before it can be tested internally at Blacksheep Modding. There's still high pressure washer, or the high pressure cleaner, is being tested as console testing? I don't know. And then the John Deere 3400 telescopic telehandler and the Pro Baler Fork Autoload are still awaiting testing. That Pro Baler Fork Autoloader, I think that's the one that I was using way back when on my first series. I'm already done with that. They say the modding work will be slow over the next 2 weeks or so as BSM's 521 takes a well-deserved holiday. So that is great. Congratulations on your break. I don't get one until December. Next up, we've got Agro Tonho and some dirt bike action. They say they wanted to test the new physics for the motorcycles in Farming Simulator 25, and they've decided to bring back their KTM, aka their Lizard bike. They do say that it is finished up and already sent off for testing, so that's great news. Additionally, they're going to start converting all of their trucks over, or at least some trucks. They say the trucks, so I assume that's all of them. But they say it'll be quite a lot of work to do because there's so many extra options, so they can't say for sure when it will be finished yet, but hey, good news, they're working on their trucks. One mod we've talked about a lot is Dince Modding and their John Deere 8R. We've talked a little bit about their lighting on this, and today, actually about 2 days ago, we got to see some new lighting on there. They say both LED and halogen lights are now done, and both of them have realistic top and bottom lights as well. Also, the attacher joints on here have been reworked so that they're compatible with the new system of attacher categories. After finishing up the little stuff that's left to do around the exterior of this, they then plan to move to the interior and finalizing the mod. So hopefully we'll be able to see this one soon. I say soon, it'll probably be a couple months. Next up, we got Squigglze and their XPS 8400 car carrier. They say it will be submitted for all platforms once it is finished, so that is great news. They say just some platform animations and lights left to work on. Man, I am all about this. This is what I'm talking about. So it looks like we'll be able to put between, well, I say 2 safely, maybe 3 cars on the bottom and probably 3 on the top as well. Funny enough, I just got a Lego set that's kind of like this as well. I love this, it's so cool. Also, they provided a couple screenshots showing it fully extended or, in road work mode, if you want to consider it that, and then one with the top layer down. This looks very, very cool. Definitely load the top first and then the bottom. I think you'll have a bad time if you do it the other way around. Here's an interesting new mod from Custom Modding, the Valmetal Max 10 Lagoon Pumps. They say in addition to the Valmetal Max Track with all sizes and options available, and the custom 7700 Boss Tanker now, to complete the lineup for slurry, they want to present their Lagoon Pumps. Custom Modding says it is used in alignment with the manure pit to boost production or even transfer the manure to the Max Track with 7700. Stuff like this in Farming Simulator has always been a lot of fun. The realistic players really enjoy things like this where they can do things, well, a little bit more realistically, even though you really don't have to, and some players may look at this as a bit of a waste of time. Nonetheless, it is still very cool, it is very neat, and if you're looking forward to something like this, Custom Modding, you can working on it right now. Next up, Adub Modding has some great news for us. He says his John Deere 34 manure spreader is now with Giants and waiting to be tested. This little guy's probably got a small working with because I actually don't know the specifications of this mod yet. But if you're looking for a smaller manure spreader, and maybe you can hook this up to your cattle pen or the pig pen, something like that, and never have to leave the field, just hire that worker out and be good to go. No, you can spread a lot of manure in a small amount of time. Plus, if you're using this on a smaller field or a smaller farm, there you go, you're good to go. Adub Modding has also shared a full list of all of the mods that they've got waiting with Giants right now, and it is an absolute ton of mods. Some of these are new, some of these are returning mods, but if you want to look through these, maybe pause. There's so many mods. Adub, how did you do it? And I want to know how MrHector's doing this. So a few days ago, we talked about their feed mixes and seeds and stuff like that. Little bags, 50-liter bags or bundles of 250 liters. Well, I was unaware that this was going to be part of a much larger pack, and we could see from the new screenshot that was recently shared that there's also going to be fuel barrels down at the bottom. There's also a hand in the middle. I think that just means you'll be able to pick them up. They'll all weigh pretty, small amount. There's some lizard bell net at the top right. On the right-hand side, we have liquid fertilizer and herbicide, or a silage additive and herbicide at least there. That's very cool. And then the lizard twine and even Ronnie wrap at the bottom, which is really neat. There's also one that says, yet unsure. At the moment, item needs heavy testing. I don't know, they did a really good job putting that yellow and black over it. That looks like an empty pallet, so maybe that'd be interesting. I have seen a couple other people work with empty pallets, and it doesn't seem like they're a lot of fun to use. Nonetheless, I'm super excited about these, and I will reiterate why I'm excited, because with the bags, the 50-liter bags that we talked about a few days ago, the detail and the artwork is so beautiful and it's so well done. It's in-game stuff. It's not like a real logo. It's just boom. It's the lizard stuff. And I think that just makes it look so cool. It's a little bit more immersive, I think, in the farming simulator world, just bringing you one more step into the game rather than, I don't know, real life? That sounded sad, didn't it? Let's move on. Moving on, let's forget that happened. Ikas, we're going to talk about him today. They say they've got 2 buildings to show off. Says, you like old stuff? Well, here it is. Old barn fits. Basic barns from US Map. This is a work in progress. Looks like we're going to have more of a triangular setup here with a larger door in the middle, smaller door on the left-hand side, and open area on the right-hand side, like for a shop or something like that. And if you open it up and are using mouse and keyboard, you could probably fit in a workshop in there too. I'm not sure if they're going to be adding anything else to the interior because we just haven't seen it yet. And secondly is their small shed with auto load for bales and pallets. A capacity of 110 items. They say small, cheap, and useful. Also, it looks like we're going to have some different color options to go through as well. So if you're looking for something like this, it is being worked on right now. And lastly, today we've got a little bit of information from the RoughNeck Modding crew on their new winch system. They say that they're currently testing the recovery aspect of it, and they'll hopefully have some details and a release this weekend if things go to plan. As a reminder, this is a PC and Mac only thing. I do not believe this is going to Mod Hub if they say release this weekend, so third party there. They say the new winch script is a drop-in mod that globally changes the in-game winch system. Details will come on how to set up tension and pull or set tension and pull strength of ropes, as well as other settings with the release. So as soon as that happens, I will try and share that with you guys. Normally I don't share third-party PC only stuff kind of like this, but this is really neat. It's a bit game-changing when it comes to things like this, so I definitely wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of it. And I also want to make sure that you're aware that just like every episode of Farm Sim News, links to everything we talked about today can be found down in the description. Remember, there are no release dates for mods, so no one knows when any mod's going to be released. And if you like this video, you can check out the Farm Sim News playlist for all the latest news and top stories going on in the world of Farming Simulator. And that's it. It's everything I got for you for today. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, get subscribed if you're new, and join the DjGoHam fam. Double check your notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one in the future. Hope you have an awesome day. Have a great weekend. We will see you later. Peace. This is just a reminder that new LEGO sets come out tomorrow. I don't know who needs to hear it, but I need to tell somebody.